south door right now. Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's January 4th, 2024. Just closing the south door to this side of the shop because the winds are blowing, and as soon as I start kicking up snow here, it's going to blow right into the shop. I turn up. Actually, bear with me 1 second. Okay, PTO is on. And I think I'm going to put the diverter up a little bit higher. There we go. All right, let's go ahead here some. So we haven't gotten all that much snow. Oh, dang it. But the ground is very thawed out after a warm spell we had last week here. Or this week, today's Saturday. And I want to try not to get too much dirt up in here because what will happen is that dirt will all freeze. The winds are pretty much out of the northwest, but coming out of the north. Again, since it's relatively shallow snow, we only have just a few inches down in here. We've had probably several inches. I don't know. I'm thinking 6 inches. I don't know. Somewhere between 5 and maybe 8 inches. I don't know yet. But we've had lots of high winds, and those high winds blow a lot of the snow. So we'll just have to see just how it is. The driveway was pretty clear when we went up this morning. I'm going to stop here for a second. Let's see if I can go ahead a little bit further now. Close the overhead door behind. The snow's coming. This is so as I'm kicking up snow. I'm not going to have too much to shovel out of the shop. And again, I'm purposely not letting the blade get down, the blower get down too low here because I don't want to do more damage. And we're going to have more snow the next couple of days here. I'm thinking we may only get as 6 to 12 inches over the next day or so, but around us as much as 2 feet is what they're saying. I warmed the tractor up for a little while before starting today here. He and I went to the post office. God dang it, down in there too much dirt. Since the winds are coming out of the north, I'm starting on the north side of this first. Almost, dang it. Down in there deep again. So it's been in the 20s for about 48 hours. But the ground isn't frozen solid yet, which is a real pain in the butt. Now the door's got some moisture on them, so it's hard to see quite as well. So this morning, Thea and I, we only had one book that sold overnight. So we just dropped that off at the post office. Fortunately, the post office has really calmed down a lot, especially on days like this. Before the holiday, boy, it's a different story. So the ground really undulates up and down around here, so because it's so soft underneath it, I have to keep adjusting the blower so I'm not going down and digging into all the dirt below. But once the snow's removed, if we don't get much snow and we maintain our temperatures in the teens and 20s, we'll be in much better shape. Yeah, this is I'm sinking into the soil down here. And this is lawn down here until I get my roads all redone. So if you're not familiar with this tractor, this is Optimus Maximus. This is our Kubota Grand L6060. And I think this is my 4th season using it now. Time's one of those things that just keeps shooting by for me, going much quicker than it used to go when I was a kid. So it's deeper here. Some of it's from me blowing it from back there. Every once in a while I think I hear the fan belt, but it's so faint that I'm not positive. I just have to remember to get out and see if I got to tighten that up. Very heavy snow today. So when we drop the book off at the post office, we've just been using, during the winter months here, just been using the Cybertruck for each trip. And it handles so well in the snow. We've had it out when they haven't plowed, and it does a really great job. The only challenge I have when they haven't plowed is it knowing where the sides of the road are. Blowing the snow right up into the blueberries and raspberries up here. Pretty much, for the most part, I use this for the winter months, Optimus here, for the snow. So in the lower places here, I could see that the snow, when it drifted or when it was blown around, it filled in some of these lower places on the property. It isn't nearly as pleasant snow blowing when the ground below it is soft. It's more stressful for me trying to make sure that I keep this blower up off out of the dirt. Dang it, a little too low. Really undulates here. Surface of the ground is still way too soft. It's saturated from all the rain we got, and then it just turned into snow. So it didn't have a chance to stop raining, get cold. Yeah, the driveway's in pretty good shape, and these higher parts, it's much shallower too, the depth of the snow. I'll start on this side this time since the winds are... We have some big branches down up here, so I'm sure we got trees down and back. At least I could see it's not snowing at this time. Yeah, and big muddy spot right there where I just was. That's where some of the water comes off of the crown of the driveway and then makes its way down into a swale. Yeah, so the wind's coming out of the north, blow a lot of this stuff right back on top of me. Yeah, it's coming out of the west and blowing it all to the east right now. Dang it, I got two. Oh, that's not good. Dug right down in. Ah, I just sheared a pin with a big rock. Dang it. That's a pain. Get that rock right now. Well, that's not a pleasant thing when that happens. These are the things I dread when the ground isn't frozen. think I'll just do it right here so I don't get too much more snow up there. Yeah, my knees here. Turn this off for a minute, we'll be back. Bolts that were sheared. And it may just be in the low 20s, 22, 23 degrees right now, or colder because it is dropping, so it's probably around 20, but the wind chill, it's a bit much. So let's try not to shear another pin when I get up here now and go into this same, man, you wouldn't think it, you only go down inch and a half into the soil, and out comes a softball size rock. Hopefully there's not another one in here. Keeping it right above the soil now. Oh Lord. Well, that's the whole reason why I just dread snow blowing when the ground isn't frozen solid yet. And we get ruts from the equipment and the roadways all the time. So the dirt can freeze and be almost like a rock, but pay attention to what I'm doing so I don't smash into one of these statues that we got here. And now my neck's really sore because I dressed comfortably for being in a heated tractor. Ah, geez, what can you do? Digging down in there again. And the soft stuff, when I went I just sheared another pin. Man, this is not going to be a great day. Oh, Lord. Well, back to the shop. See what we can do. Yeah, I dug right down in here again. That's why I got to get a nice driveway in with good crush and run. So all these rocks that are in our rocky ground aren't such a pain. But these things will happen. All right. Here we go again. Okay. I'm a little frustrated. I have no real complaints, but I'm just a tad frustrated. That was my third shear pin today. Man, I just shot another rock. Dang it. The ground is so soft. I had to go over to the coop and make sure the heat tape was on for the water, just in case. I mean, it's nowhere near that cold yet, but all right, let's. Going into that pile I left here when I sheared the pin. Oh. Well, the saving grace is it's nice and warm in here. Oh, and I've got it in rabbit speed. Slow down, Kevin. When I went to go to repair it, man, I'm just jumping around with what I'm saying. Sorry about that. So when I went to go and repair this, I put it in rabbit speed and medium gear that I got it in. Got a real, man, this is so easy to dig it in here. And then when I went back there, I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and check, make sure the heat tape is plugged in the coop, just in case something happens. You just never know. And so that's on. That's to keep the water line from freezing. And it was there, but I had to go through a drift halfway up to my waist, and at the base of the drift, it's all slush, heavy, thick, wet stuff. So thank God I had these boots on. The driveway is a little bit better, except for when we get the roadways out back, because I was going back and forth with Elon, the excavator, and it was real muddy the other day when I put the disconnect for the battery terminal. I brought it up to the shop to do that and clean it out some, since it was a warmer day and the snow had disappeared. Well, because of the weight of the machine, of course, it dug down into the muddy roadways, which all need to be resurfaced. But that's how things work. So that kicked up a whole bunch of rocks. And that's where I was mostly worried about shearing a pin. Man, I'm right down into the dirt again. Oh. And this dirt, it just gets frozen. Oh. It gets frozen right in around the auger, around where the auger travels, all the free spaces. That muddy, soft dirt just freezes right in there. I had to dig a lot of it out just a couple of minutes ago. And I'm warming up again now. Just puts you in a bad mood when things break, and then it breaks again. I shouldn't whine. It's snowing again. It's almost like very small hail particles right now coming down, just like little crystals. Well, that's enough down here now. I just need this ground to freeze before we get any more snow on it. Just made it so bumpy now with all the messes here. I can handle the good snow when the ground is solid. Am I going too? I'm not going deep enough now, dang it. God dang it, too low. Ground is a bit firmer up here in the driveway, and I'm not digging in right now, at least. At the top of the driveway now. Turn the four-way flashers on and dang it! Did I don't think I should have. Did I? Did I just shear pin? Okay. We'll see if that's just 4 or if that's 4 and 5. Oh, Lord Almighty. Just turn around here. Oh, Jesus. Now I see one of the rocks that I got in there. I better get that before I come back. It's so darn soft that I keep digging in and kicking up these good sized rocks. Frustrating. I could see smaller rocks up around in here that I kicked up. Oh, Lord. Okay, why does that door keep opening now? So I just had to shovel about a 1/4 inch of snow out of the workshop where Optimus... Okay, it stayed down. I opened it up so I could fix the shear pin, replace it. Let's go ahead and turn it on, make sure everything is going to work. Here we go again. Oh, Lord. So there's a real soft spot at the top of the driveway, and that's a spot I've had to fill in several times, because what happens is the big trucks that come in, like the UPS and all, they'll stop there, and then when they take off, they spin their wheels because they don't have 4-wheel drive, and that just keeps eroding the surface, making a pothole. So I fill in the potholes, and of course sometimes it kicks up a good sized rock like it did this time. The 4-way's back on, and I got quite a pocket there that the rocks came out of. I try to clean up this front area where the the fanning of the top of the driveway spreads out to go either way on the road. I hope that I got all the rocks out of this. One really good sized one. And it comes up to the road, so I have to be real careful not to dig in. Getting up along the road here. Want to get around the hydrant. And when they put this hydrant in, they put it in too deep, so it's in this lull, a low spot, which is a real problem. Dang it. Okay. Let's hope there's no bottles or cans. We get lots of people that deposit their garbage along the front edge of our property here, so I'm always picking up cans and bottles. Got a truck, looks like it's coming up behind me here. I think it's my neighbor. Trying really hard not to push the snow. Stop, let the chute empty, change the direction. It's pretty dense, the snow that the snowplow pushes up at the end of the driveway here. So it's a pitch right here, so I want to be real careful not to dig this corner in. Okay. Sorry I'm not chatting quite as much about things going on around here, because just trying to focus on not going down too deep, which I'm doing right now. Especially when I get over off of onto the shoulder here, which is a lot of rocks down in there. It is blowing the snow pretty well. Someone had mentioned, I think he's in Canada, he does lots of snow blowing, you know, commercially, with a tractor and a front mount snow blower. And he mentioned one of the things I should do is come up here to a point, stop, lift the unit up, drop it down over the pile, and back it up, which is a really good idea. It's all real wet here. Oh, don't dig down in here again. I really don't want to go up the driveway one more time, but for fear of shearing another pin, but I want this to freeze, and this is where a lot of the water sets, is right over here in the shoulders. I'm hoping the snow lets up and it freezes. That snow's off from my first pass up here. We have this lake effect snow. You never know when that band of snow is going to sit right over you and just keep depositing and depositing snow. All right. I think I'll come over here first where I left off some of this material. Yeah, I got a good inch since I started snow blowing. I got this pile. It's got a lot of dirt in it here. When I dug out to clear out the shear pin, just ease into it and hope there aren't any big rocks in there. So fog it up in here a little bit. It's all muddy over here. So the question is, I don't know that I'm deep enough. Well, I got limbs down all over out here. Yeah, it's real ruddy. this is all so muddy. Along some of the healed-in black currants here, where there's sand and wood chips covering up the roots. We got well over a foot here. Dang it! I wasn't. There's a place I turned around up here. I tried to smooth out some of the dirt. I turned the excavator around right up in here. I sheared another pin. Great. Number 5 today. Not cool. Not cool at all. So that's right about where I turned the excavator around. There must have been a rock in there. Oh well, this is life. It could be much worse. And I'm still not to the worst spot yet. All right. Well, that was my 6th shear pin. And this is not fun. And let's see if I... Is this working now? Did I just shear another one just then? Well, man, I hope I didn't. Oh. Jeez. Oh, yeah. We're getting a little snow today. And now the wiper's a little frozen there. And that's what happens when I take my weight off the seat. Not so great. Oh, shoot. It's snowing so heavy that it's blocking the sensors for the overhead door. You gonna close this time? Okay. So the band of lake effect snow is right over us right now. And we probably have 3 inches since I started here, probably an hour and a half ago. And I cannot see very well here. Turn the wiper off. Turn this off. Let me see if I can get this better. Well, the wiper just isn't going to do a great job, but we'll have to make do. Please, no more shear pins. I'm going to shoot the chute up higher because just trying to increase my visibility here some. I'm a bit exasperated. Thea called me while I was out there changing the last shear pin and told me, come on in, eat your lunch. Okay, so out here is about where some of the rocks were kicked up, so I'm going to keep it up a little bit high. Hope I don't pick up another rock. So I really have to work on the driveway and get it in much better condition so that I don't have to worry about the rocks coming up and shearing all these pins. But the snow really is coming down pretty heavy right now. This is our lake effect snow. And no doubt with radar, the band is right up over us. Whoa, don't get too low. Right here, we probably got about a foot of snow right in here right now. Yeah. Damn it! Got down into that soft soil and bingo once again. Man. Yeah, it's so soft here underneath all of this. Oh Lord. I think I will go in and have lunch. And try and think about what I want to do here. Man. 7 shear pins. Hopefully that's only that amount. Dang it. And I've got chunks of soil all over up here that are going to turn right into rocks as they're all going to freeze. Oh boy. All right, folks, that's it for today's video. I'll have some lunch, then I'll come out and work on the shear pin and see what the snow does here over the next few hours. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and take care. Bye-bye now.